So I wanted to do a video about the purpose behind my business. So I have heard it said that people do not buy what you're selling, but the why behind what you're selling, that people want to be behind something. And so this video is to kind of explain the why behind my business. So I started with jewelry. I am moving into some sewing. Um, but I'm still learning. But my goal is to sell things that both women and men wear, be it clothes, their jewelry. I'm wearing a hat. Um, Shoes would be nice, but that would be way in the future. But the reason behind, so that's the what. So the reason behind or the why for my business is I have struggled to find clothes, jewelry, and just stuff I want to wear that I like. And I know that sounds kind of like a selfish motive, but I've heard a lot of other people say that too, especially when there's really no other way to say it. If a woman's wanting to be modest, a lot of times clothes are harder to find. Not all the time, but a lot of times. And I remember walking past a storefront, looked in the window, and it was a clothing store, and the mannequins were all in something that I would have been uncomfortable wearing. It wasn't that other women shouldn't wear them. That's not the argument I'm making, but I would have been uncomfortable. One was a very, very short crop top and pants. I could not have done that. I would not have been able to leave the house in that. There was another one that was a super short skirt. Again, I just don't like that much of me showing. Um, this is not a whether you should or not. I just don't like it. And I have heard a lot of other women talk about that. On the other hand, or I guess you could say, another reason for me creating this is a lot of times the yearly normal is neutrals, especially in home decorating. But also in clothing, you'll see there's a lot of just basic neutrals. And while I like some neutrals like black flats because they match everything, as you can see and have seen in other videos, I like bright colors. I love colors. And I've heard I'm not the only one. And I have really wanted to create this to get not so much the modesty because I started with jewelry that, that doesn't really apply there, but I've wanted to start something where I've wanted to create the business to reintroduce colors and vibrancy into women's fashion, men's fashion too, if it does get there, but right now it's women's. Because I prefer bright colors, and that's very hard to find and match because even though there are some bright colors out there, getting all the pieces to match can be difficult just because there's not that much out there. So, with that being said, that is some of the reasons behind why I've created the business. Um, I want everyone to be able to find a way to express themselves in their clothes and their jewelry and accessories, such as my hat or a purse, things like that. And so I'm hoping to kind of bridge some of the gaps between what people want and what people are able to find. And that is the purpose of my business.